guys, this is Hajra from Little Gloss English and I welcome you all to the channel. Today I'm here with a really cool video and that is Battle of the Concealers. So if you want to know what type of concealer you should use, which are good for high coverage, medium coverage, low coverage and all that jazz, keep on watching. So as we all know that there are so many concealers in the market and there are so many of us. We all have different skin types, we all have different needs. Some have more pigmentation on the skin, some don't need that much of concealer. So all these things really count. While you are out and about shopping and you want to buy a new concealer, the first thing you want to take into consideration is that what type of skin do you have. If you have very dry skin, you shouldn't go for more liquidy concealers because they kind of won't help with your pigmentation. And if you have really oily skin, you shouldn't go for very creamy concealers because they will crease on you. So first that done, now what type of pigmentation do you have? Do you have really dark spots or do you just need to highlight? And if you need to highlight, you need a really light concealer, which is usually a liquid form. Now, if you are one of those people who need a lot of color correction or who has a lot of dark circles, which I have too, you have to go for a more heavy concealer, which is usually a thicker form of concealers. So I'll let you know what are my favorite concealers according to their pigmentation, and that might help you in choosing what you need. Be first from Tarte, and it is their Rainforest of the Sea concealer, and here it is. And I am in the shade Tan, and this is how the bottle looks like. This is the wand of it. It has a huge wand, I give you that, and it looks intimidating. But you guys, if you suffer from dark circles, this is your best friend. I love this concealer. This is so pigmented, so good, and it does not crease on me. And I have the worst dark circles ever. I have to use a ton of product to just tone them down. I sometimes even layer it like 3 times so that, especially when I'm doing a smoky eye or something like that, because I want a more flawless coverage. But this concealer is a gem, and if you suffer from dark circles, you better get this one. The next one would be by MAC, and this is their Pro Longwear concealer. This is the bottle, and I am in the shade NW25. This has a pump on it. This is really easy to apply as well. I usually put it on my hand and then apply it with a brush, but this also has a very good result. But I don't really use this one that often since I got the Tarte one, because the only problem is that I couldn't find my shade. This one is a little lighter. I mean, I can work with it if I'm like in an emergency or something, but this is a little lighter. I prefer something which is exactly my skin tone if I want to conceal. And this is a tip too, that if you are concealing, you want to use exactly your skin tone, because you don't want something light to make it more grayish, or you don't want something extremely dark to make it more prominent. You want something which matches your exact skin tone, and then you can highlight after that, going over the concealer. Moving forward to medium coverage concealers, I have 2 favorites, and the first one is by Maybelline, and it's their Fit Me concealer. Here it is, and this is, I am in the shade 25. If I have to compare it to a high-end concealer, I compare it to the Renars one. If you've ever used that one, this one is like that. It is so nice and it gives you a very creaseless finish. But I've noticed that if you have really bad dark circles, they do peek through after a while. So you might want to use something with this, like a corrector or something. But overall, this is a very good concealer, and it is very cheap. Not really dirt cheap here, but cheap. The second one is by Maybelline too, and it is their Age Rewind. You can see the amount of Age Rewind that is left, because I love this concealer. This is so lightweight and it's so good for highlighting. I personally use this for highlighting because this unfortunately has really less shades. This is in the shade medium, and this is the medium shade, and it's really light for me, so I can't really use it to cover my dark circles. But if you are somebody who's lighter than me, you can definitely use this to conceal as well, but I generally use it to highlight, and this is a very good concealer. Now coming to the 2 really down on the gradient of coverage concealers, like for highlighting purposes, or if you don't have that much to conceal, you can use these, or to spot conceal or something. The first one is by Diana of London, and this is their Pro Touch Concealer. And I am in the shade, I use shade number 3 as well and 1 as well, so I kind of use both shades, but you can choose according to your skin tone. This will blend like magic, and for those days when you're going for a not complete coverage makeup look, because when you're going for an everyday look, you don't want everything to be like flawless. You want some flaw here and there to look like normal person. And the second one is by Sephora, and this is their Touche Lumiere Smoothing and Brightening Concealer, and I am in the shade medium. This is a very good concealer too if you want to touch up. This has a brush applicator on it like this. You can just go over your concealing or concealer for like touching up or something. If you're out and about, you can carry this, really easy to use, and you can really put it in your purse. Doesn't take that much of a space, and it is a very good concealer. So that is it, you guys, with my favorite concealers. And if you want any more tips or tricks, let me know. Or if you want any more hack videos, or if you want any other subject video, you can let me know. I'll definitely try and do that. But these were all of my favorite concealers, and I hope you could get some help out of this, and this will make your buying the concealer thing or job or task easier. And I'll see you next time. If you're not yet subscribed, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button, like button, and share it with your friends so that they can, you know, gain the knowledge as well. And I'll see you next time with a brand new video. I love you. Take care. Bye.